Okay, today we're going to talk about some basics on graphing because if we don't nail this, essentially, you're going to struggle for the rest of Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, everything. So we need to make sure we understand how to plot points and how to read a graph. So let's talk about what a coordinate point is. This is coordinate point. This is a coordinate plane. Okay? A coordinate plane has an x-axis and a y-axis. The best way to remember that this is the y-axis is that a y has a vertical line in it. Okay? Think about it like that. So therefore, the vertical line is the y-axis. Okay? So always think about that. Now, there's the x and the y. Every single point has an x value and a y value, and it goes alphabetical. It is x and then it is y. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use a highlighter. So we have x, and y. We're not going to use the pink because it's a little bit bold. So we have x and then y. Now, we always move the x first and then we go to the y. So we're going to go to 1 on the x and we are going to go to 3 on the y and we are going to meet in the middle. So I go 1 to the right and up 3. This point right here is 1, 3. Let's try 3, 5. So again, this is x and this is y. So x is 3. I go 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. And I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 3, 5. Okay, what happens if we have negatives? So look here. We are going to the right 2. We're going to 2 on the x-axis, right? And then we are going to go to -4 on the y-axis. So that means I'm going to go to the right. So I'm going to go to 2 on the x. And I'm going to go down on the y. So I go to 2, down 4. Notice how it meets both of my numbers. So 2, -4. What about -5, 1? So I'm going to go to -5. Let's erase this. I'm going to go -5 on my x. And I'm going to go -1 on my y. So here's my point. I go -5, down 1. -5, -1. 0, 3. What happens if you have a 0 here? Well, where's 0? 0 is at that O right there. It's not really O for 0. It's O for origin. This point right here is called the origin. You should write that down. Okay? It is called the origin. That is 0. So you see 0, 0 right there. The origin is 0, 0. It is not going up or down. It is not going right or left. Okay? So that 0 for that problem right there is going to stay at the origin for the x. And then the y, again, goes up and down. So I'm going to go up 3. So it's actually, since it's not going right or left at all, it is going to stay at this point right here. So this point right there is 0, 3. What about -2, 0? Well, if our x is 0, it's on our y-axis. On y-axis. That's what this is called, this line. If my y is 0, then that means it's going to be on my x-axis. Because it's not going up or down at all. Right? So that means that, let's put that point back. That means that my 0 is now at my origin, and I'm going -2 to the right. So I go -2, and I don't go up or down. So that point right there is -2, 0. It's important that we know how to plot points, that it's x first, then y. In other words, we always go right or left first, and then up or down when we are plotting points. So what about reading a graph? So let's talk about how to read a graph. Well, again, we have our x's and we have our y's. That doesn't change. We have x and we have So here's my question. When x equals negative 2. When x equals negative 2, what does y equal? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to negative 2, right? Here's negative 2. At x equals negative 2, x, on my x-axis. And I'm going to pretty much think about it like this. This is the line that goes through x equals negative 2. Where is my function? My function is right there, right? My equation at negative 2 is right there. This point is negative 2, what? 2, positive 2. So the answer is when x equals negative 2, y equals 2. So the point is negative 2, 2. Let's try another one. When x equals when x equals 0, y equals what? So when x equals 0, right, this is my x equals 0. Because this is 0 for x. Where is the function hitting? Well, the function is hitting right here, right? So what is my y value? Well, this point right here is 0, negative 2, so y is equal to negative 2. Okay, we're going to try another one with this problem. Okay, I think this has a lot more points to work with. So we're going to zoom in here. When x equals 3, what is y? So I'm going to go to 3. Here's x equals 3. I'm going to find where is my function? Well, my function is right here. And my point is what? What's my y value? My y value is negative 3. When x equals negative 8, what is y? So I go to x equals negative 8, and I look, where is my function? It is right here. What is my y value? My y value is negative 1. Because the point right here is negative 8, negative 1. Last one for this one. When x equals 0, actually two more. When x equals 0, what is y? So I go to where x equals 0, right, between negative 1 and 1. What is y? Well, the point is right there. The point is 0, 0, so y is also equal to 0. And then one more. When x equals negative 6. So I go to x equals negative 6. I'm going to delete this. I'll keep that there. When x equals negative 6, right? So here's my negative 6. Where's my point on negative 6? Well, the point is actually on the x-axis. What is my y value if it doesn't go up or down? Well, my y value, this point right here, is negative 6, 0. So my y value is 0. So this is reading a graph, just finding out, given your x value, what is your y value? And let's look at this. What happens when it's in context, right? So here we have a graph, okay? That is distance and height. Distance is x, and height is y. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that as we move along in distance, we move along in height. It goes up here, and then it goes back down. So let's read the graph. The question I want to ask is, so this is distance from springboard and height. So I don't know what exactly this is talking about, but how high is it, whatever it is, when it is, let's say, when it is 6 feet from the springboard. So, how high is it, right? So, when we are 6 feet from the springboard, which is x, distance from the springboard, 6 feet from the springboard, how high? It's asking how high. That's the question. So, we need to know what y is. So, when x equals 6, what is y? That's what it's asking. So, we go up to our point, and our point is right there. And it is between 12 and 16. What's between? Well, this is going by what? 2's. So this is 14. So y equals 14. So the answer would be 14 feet. You always answer in respect to the units that are given. What about this question? It will be blank feet high. Actually, no. It will be 23 feet high when it is blank feet from the springboard. So, what am I given? The height, right? It says blank feet high. I'm given what y is. Y is equal to 23. I need to figure out how many feet from the springboard. So I need to figure out what x is. So when y is 23, so that's a little bit of a different question now. When y is 23, here's 23, right? Look at where the point is. What is x is what it's asking. Well, x is, what is this number here? It is 3. The answer is 3. When it is 3 feet. This is how you read a graph when it has context.